What is up, guys? It's Brillymister here, and welcome to my personal top 5 most enjoyable bosses. As with anything involving enjoyment, it's going to vary person to person, so what one person finds enjoyable might not be found enjoyable by another person. So yeah, like I said, this is my personal 5 most enjoyable bosses. If you do enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you're notified of all my future content, and drop a like if you do enjoy the video. So in 5th place is Araxor. It's kind of like the upper limits of what my PVM ability allows me to do. I can't do Telos or Solak or anything like that, and I do enjoy the boss. It's good money, it is enjoyable, but I do find it a little bit frustrating, especially the enrage system. I kind of wish that it was built so, say it was say take 150% enrage, and it started at 150% enrage, but it just constantly stayed that difficulty. I do think it is a little bit annoying how it starts at 0 where it's really easy, and then when you start getting to 200%, that's kind of around my limit, and everything starts getting a bit hard there. I'd rather it was just a bit harder as a base and then just kind of stayed that difficulty, but that's something that we can't affect, and that reason I find it a little bit annoying. So that's why it is only 5th in this. So in 4th place is Corporal Beast. I like this a little bit better than I like Araxor, just because it's a little bit more chill. You don't have to pay so much attention, it's not so sweaty and try hard, and it's got a great nostalgic feel to it, even if the process sigils is anywhere near what they used to be. It's still very worthwhile. The Onyx bolts and cannonball drops definitely add up and make you a decent amount of money fairly consistently, and if you do get a sigil drop, then it's very nostalgic, and I actually think that it's a pretty enjoyable boss to do, and it has relatively low sort of requirements and threshold to actually be able to kill it, and for that reason it's 4th and slightly above Araxor. So in 3rd place is Vindictor, and I do generally quite like most of the God Wars Dungeon bosses, God Wars Dungeon 2 that is. I find this quite an enjoyable boss. It has a few mechanics in there which is enough to make it not get boring if you do it for a long period of time, but it's also not too intense that you have to be constantly using keybinds and everything like that. It's kind of chill at the same time. It's quite enjoyable because you have got that chance, which is actually not particularly rare. You can get one every now and then. I did go 20 odd hours dry recently, but in general, every 4 or 5 hours you can kind of expect to get a rare drop there, which is actually worth a decent amount. They're about 25 mil for the crest and 30 mil for the lance, which is actually pretty good considering. The actual general loot is not amazing. It's about 2.5-3 mil an hour if you don't get the big drop, but it's quite an enjoyable boss to camp, and yeah, it's generally pretty interesting to kill. For that reason I put it 3rd in my list, and it's something I do still kill a lot of, and it's actually very enjoyable. So in 2nd place is one I actually had to put a lot of thought into this as to whether I put it 2nd or 1st in my list, and that is the Magister. I think it's a really enjoyable boss, and the fact that you can kill it so quickly, you can get just under 1 minute kills, and it's really enjoyable. You see massive hits as well, and the XP per hour is insane. You get over 1 mil magic XP an hour, which is pretty ridiculous really for PVMing. It's got some mechanics that you avoid, or that you have to avoid, which are not too horrendous to try and avoid. The only reason that I did eventually decide to put it 2nd rather than 1st is it can be slightly rage inducing, because there is a bit of a risk that you can get KO'd and killed quite easily, so it is a little bit rage inducing, but it definitely is worthy of 2nd place on the list, because when you're not dying, it is a very enjoyable boss to do, and the mechanics are quite enjoyable to deal with, and for that reason I put it in 2nd on my list. So in 1st place, and my absolute personal favourite boss to go kill, I'm sure many of you guys saw this coming, as I think I go on about it in quite a lot of my videos, is Hellweir. It is an amazing boss to go kill. I really enjoy it. It's got nice mechanics which are in kind of a really predictable rotation, so you always know what's coming next, and it's quite chill. Yeah, you can almost AFK it, but not really AFK, but you don't really have to pay attention. You can watch TV, you can do it in the background. The actual base drops are fairly average. I mean, you get about 3 mil an hour, about the same as Vindicta, and the actual high value drops are slightly less valuable than Vindicta, but there is an extra one of them, and I'm not actually sure if this makes them more common, but in my experience from the two, they definitely feel like they drop more often, but I could just be my own RNG is very unlucky at Vindicta and very lucky at Hellware, but it is a really, really enjoyable boss to do. It's very chill, decent GP an hour, and it's just something that I personally find really, really enjoyable. So if any of you haven't gone to Hellware, I would definitely recommend it. So in the comments down below, if you comment with what your sort of top 5 favourite bosses are, and even if there's some that you really, really hate doing, just let me know, and till next time, see ya. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell icon so you're notified of all my future uploads. If you did enjoy it, also make sure you like the videos. It does really, really help me and my channel grow. Thank you very much for watching. See ya.